What's up guys, Ninth Jim here, back with another VGC 2020 Pokemon Sword and Shield competitive video, and today we are talking about Zoroark. This Pokemon is pretty cool. I love its design. I think it's really cool. It has some really interesting tools, things like Nasty Plot, pretty solid move pool, but you know, this Pokemon is a little lackluster in the fact that its ability is weird. It's cool, but it's not very impactful, and also, you know, its damage output is pretty mediocre. But if you can get past those, Zoroark can be a pretty competent Pokemon on the correct team and has some really sweet tools that we'll talk about here in just a moment. Anyway, for today's video, we are talking about a VGC guide and then a singles guide, as well as speed tiers and damage calcs. So if that's something you're interested in, go ahead, like, comment, and subscribe. Makes a big difference. Makes my day bright, and yeah, pretty cool stuff. Anyway, Zoroark. Let's talk about it. So, mono dark typing, which is pretty, okay, you know, we have 1 immunity, 2 resistances, and then 3 weaknesses. The weaknesses being fighting, bug, and fairy. The 2 resistances, ghost and dark, and then 1 immunity of psychic, which is a really good immunity to have right now with Spam running wild. It is everywhere you go. You know, 1 out of 3 games you play online, on ranked, or even the ladder on Showdown are going to be psychic. So, it's a pretty good, it's a pretty good immunity right now. Anyway, so the Pokemon stats are okay, very, very frail. 60 HP, 60 defense, 60 special defense. Very, very frail stuff. We're going to be running Focus Sash for ours today, so that you can lean into our good stats and then, you know, not be too afraid of our bad stats, which is interesting. As far as its offense goes, we have attack at 105 and special attack at 120. Makes you really want to use special attack. You know, only a little bit better, but we do have things like knock off and sucker punch when you go attack. But special attack, we have burning jealousy. We have you know, nasty plot, dark pulse, a lot of really good moves as well. So we are going special attack. And then our speed is probably, well, it's not our best stat, but it's a very, very good stat for us. We are at 105, which puts us at a solid speed tier, which makes it, you know, a pretty fast mon in general, which is really what you want to see with this Pokemon. Anyway, that is going to be it for the overview. Let's move on to the VGC set that we have for today. So, ability, Illusion. It is our only ability that we have access to as a Zoroark, and then we also love that ability as Illusion. It's pretty cool. You know, it's very cool. It's not super impactful, you know. It switches your form and name so you look like the Pokemon. It says the name of the last Pokemon in your party, and in VGC rules we only bring 4 Pokemon, so it'll be your 4th slot. So when you bring Zoroark, or if you lead Zoroark, you have to, you know, think about your last slot instead of just putting 3rd and 4th, because it does matter with Zoroark, which is pretty interesting. You can make it something like Dragapult, and then they attack you with Dark and Ghost type attacks, which you resist, which is cool. You know, you can make it like a setup Pokemon that your opponent is scared of and has to attack, or, you know, make it a Follow Me type Pokemon, so your opponent's gonna probably attack the other one, thinking you're just gonna follow me anyway. Sometimes it's interesting. You can definitely do a lot of different things with it, but you know, I just scratched the surface of its versatility. It can do a lot, which is pretty cool. But, you know, nothing too impactful. Like I was saying, pretty much just absorbs 1 resisted attack. But when we're Focus Sash, you're going to be taking 2 attacks anyway. So, you know, it's pretty mediocre, honestly. But it's cool. It's a cool ability. Anyway, so the item we have is Focus Sash. I don't think, you know, I definitely think it's the best item for this Pokemon, just being so frail. Like I said, HP, defense, and special defense all at 60, which is unbelievably low. So we are running Focus Sash just to lean into our other stats. And then we also have some other options, Choice Scarf being a very good one as well, being able to get fast fake tears, fast encores, stuff like that. But even Trick, which is cool. And then we also have Life Orb, just for some damage output and the versatility of Dynamaxing. We also have Weakness Policy. I've seen a really cool Weakness Policy set going around, but, you know, it's not like there are really more strong options to go for that. I feel like Zoroark is best as a Focus Sash supportive / you know, damage dealing. So I think Focus Sash is the best, but Weakness Policy is good too. Definitely, you know, options. Anyway, that is going to be it for the items. Let's talk about moves for the set. So on the set, we are running Dark Pulse, Burning Jealousy, Taunt, and Detect. Fortunately, this Pokemon is pretty customizable. You can switch Dark Pulse for, you know, Night Days. As long as you have that 1 stab special attacking move for the set, I think it'll work. Dark Pulse gives you a higher chance, or it gives you a chance to flinch, while Night Days gives you a chance of doing something else. What does it do again? Night days. Does something else. It has 5 extra power, so it's 85 instead of 80, and then it also has 95 accuracy, but it also hits 40% chance to lower the target's accuracy by 1, which is pretty cool. I honestly, I think Dark Pulse is probably better. It has 100 accuracy as well as you know, being able to flinch, but it does have that 5 less power as well, which is kind of, you know, like is whatever. It's a fair trade-off, but we do see that come up in damage calcs, and we'll talk about that a little bit more in our damage calc portion of the video. But for now, you know, Dark Pulse, you can go Night Days, you have some versatility there. And then I like Burning Jealousy, I think is a really good option. We have a lot of like max airstream stuff going around, you know, Cobalion, Dragapult, just like things like that are gonna buff themselves with Dynamax moves. So they hit you with you know, like a max airstream and then get faster, and then you Burning Jealousy. Both of them are burned. Boom. That's really cool. I like it a lot. I think it's good. Also, you know, you would run Flamethrower on this Pokemon pretty commonly, and it only sacrifices like 10 damage, I believe, maybe 20. I'm looking real dumb in this video. 20 power. You are sacrificing 20 base power, but you know, the power to burn things is really, really powerful. So I think Burning Jealousy is good. And then we're also running Taunt and Detect. Detect so that you don't get imprisoned for your Protect. And then Taunt, of course, because Taunt is pretty cool. Right now, a lot of Trick Room going around. You hit a Porygon 2 or an Amoonguss, and it's very, very strong. It's very good. So yeah, I like Taunt. But like I said, this is very customizable. We have a lot of good support moves. We have a lot of good coverage moves. Speaking of those moves, let's talk about them now. So we have Snarl, Trick, Fake Tears, Encore for some, you know, utility slash support moves. We have Trick, which is really good for the Choice Scarf, which is cool. You could even go like Eject Button, like Trick Eject Button, and then use a like a priority move. That could be really cool too. But that one's kind of risky because, you know, it doesn't have priority. But still a cool thing. And then we have Fake Tears, which is just good in general for a pretty fast mon. And then we have Snarl, which is cool, once again, for a pretty fast mon. Encore as well for a pretty fast mon. They're all just really cool, like, support, you know, moves in general. As far as some coverage moves go, we have Sludge Bomb, Focus Blast, you know, knockoff for utility. And then, of course, we have Nasty Plot in the back as well, which could be a really cool Follow Me setup. Attack that gets you just +2, and like I said, this Pokemon's damage output is like alright, but you know, with Nasty Plot going +2, it's pretty good, as well as Weakness Policy. Going +2 is just really good in general. Obviously it's +2. Anyway, so as far as our spread for EVs here, we went pretty basic, just 252 into special attack and 252 into speed. I feel like I've been going 252, 252 4 a lot recently, but it's just because, you know, early format, we have a lot of stuff going around. We're trying to figure out perfect damage calcs and everything. And Zoroark, you know, doesn't want to lean into any defense, so we just go into special attack and speed. We want Timid Nature giving a plus speed minus attack, so we can be as fast as possible. We hit 172, which is a pretty comfortable speed tier, and we'll talk about it more in the speed tier portion right after we talk about synergetic Pokemon. So that is going to be it for our VGC set. As far as some synergetic Pokemon go, first off, we have Dragapult. Now, like I said, you know, it's weak to Ghost and Dark, which Zoroark resists, so that can be really cool for Illusion. But it also, you know, gets max darkness, not max darkness. Well, it does, I think. Yeah. But it also, you know, gets max airstream, which is really good. We have stuff like the Burning Jealousy. If you use a fast max attack, that well, no, just lower your opponent's. I don't know. It's cool. I think it's good. And then our other one here is going to be Togekiss, which Follow Me Nasty Plot is very good, obviously. And then it also just covers your back really well, destroying those fighting type Pokemon, you know, Walling Fairy and Bug pretty easily. So, you know, it just covers your typings pretty well. Anyway, that is going to be it for this slide. Let's move on to some speed tiers. So, like I said, you know, we boast a pretty solid speed tier here. We're hitting 172, which is pretty good. Positive Nature, fast as possible, you know, 252 speed. hitting 172, which is really solid. We outspeed a lot of really good Pokemon in the meta. Things like Charizard, Mimikyu, Excadrill, Form Change Rotom, Duraludon, both Indeedee male and female, Rillaboom, Gyarados, Togekiss, Braviary. The list goes on and on. We outspeed a lot of Pokemon. Only realistically, like 4, 5, 6 Pokemon are going to be outspeeding us. And then, the Weather Boys and stuff like that. Pokemon that do unfortunately outspeed us, we have Whimsicott, Cinderace, Inteleon, Dragapult, Durant, Weavile, and the Weather Boys, and Choice Scarf Pokemon. But Scarf is really trending down. We don't see a lot of Scarf Pokemon going around. Really just like Crocodile and Urshifu, and they're both pretty niche. But, not too many things outspeeding us, which is good. Whimsicott is outspeeding us pretty, which is bad. It offers Moonblast, which is a lot of damage. My voice just cracked when I said bad. Yikes. Cinderace is very, very popular. So is Dragapult. So there's a lot of big threats that are faster than us, but we can mitigate that a little bit with like Follow Me, Nasty Plot, and then just take them out. But then they're still gonna be faster, and if they take out the Follow Me user, then we're in a bad position. So you just gotta wing it with Zoroark. But we do hit a pretty solid speed tier, outspeeding a lot of Pokemon. Anyway, I've talked about speed tiers enough. Let's move on. Let's talk about some damage calcs. So this Pokemon, its damage calcs are okay. There are a couple of really good ones. First off, we have Zoroark burning Jealousy into a pretty defensive Rillaboom, hitting that 252 HP. We are hitting 49 to 57, which is an almost guaranteed chance to hit a 2-hit KO. Very, very high chance, 95.3, which, this is definitely something I would just bet on, is that burning Jealousy is going to 2-hit KO it. But, we're going to get knocked down to our Sash, or almost down to our Sash, and then it has that Grassy Glide to, +1 priority, take it out. So, it happens sometimes. From time to time, it be happening, Next, we have Zoroark Dark Pulse into a Dragapult. This is a non-Dynamax Dragapult. A lot of the damage calcs for this, we had to, wing it a little. But if you Nasty Plot up or Weakness Policy, we are able to take that guaranteed OHKO on a Dynamax Dragapult, which is very good as well. Next, we have Dark Pulse into an Indeedee female. We are hitting 71 to 84. Night Days would give it an extra couple of points there, but still it's going to be a guaranteed 2-hit KO from a defensive Indeedee with 252 HP. So, it is what it is. But Dark Pulse, Nasty Plot, you could even Weakness Policy it, take it out. Max Darkness would also take it out. So you got a couple of options there to take out opposing Indeedees, Indeedee spam, because we see it everywhere. Next, we have Nasty Plot, Sludge Bomb into a Togekiss, a pretty defensive 236 HP, 12 special defense. +2 from Nasty Plot, Sludge Bomb into it, hits 89 to 106%, which is a 37.5% chance to OHKO, which is not insanely high, something I wouldn't bet on. But, Nasty Plot or Weakness Policy up, and we're taking it out a pretty fair amount of the time, which is good. Next, we have Zoroark Night Days into a Alolan Marowak. Now, this is the first one that Night Days really makes a big difference. This does put it into a guaranteed OHKO range, when the other one would have like an 87% chance, like an 83 or something. So, it's good to have a guaranteed OHKO against something as big as Alolan Marowak. We see Alolan Marowak everywhere. It's very, very trending right now, and for good reason. It's a very mighty mon. I've been using it a lot. Of course, I like the mon a lot. And next we have our last damage calc here, Zoroark burning Jealousy into Cobalion. This is another one of the big synergies with burning Jealousy. Cobalion has bounce, it goes max airstream, gets buffed, and then you burning Jealousy, and now it's burned, which effectively wipes out Cobalion unless they beat up Strat or Swords Dance. Then because its base damage output is pretty okay, but halved is pretty bad. So, pretty good stuff. Anyway, that is going to be it for our damage calcs. I didn't have any defensive ones because we're so frail. I didn't feel like it was necessary to mention anything defensively. Anyway, that is going to be it for damage calcs. Let's move on to Single Spotlight real quick. So, Single Spotlight, we are still using Ability Illusion. We don't have a choice. Item Life Orb, we would use Fighting Z if we still had Z moves, because then, you would have strong Focus Blast into things like Tyranitar, but we don't have that anymore, so we're going Life Orb, Nasty Plot, just doing as much damage as possible. Nasty Plot, 3 moves, 1 stab, Flamethrower and Sludge Bomb for coverage. You can switch those up. Focus Blast if you want, but Focus Blast is kind of sketchy, and I only like to use it as a max move, or a Z move, but we don't have those anymore. But yeah, I think it's pretty solid. The moveset's pretty solid. And then as far as the EVs, it's pretty self-explanatory. Just 252 into special attack and speed, and then our leftover 4 into special defense. You can move that to defense or HP, wherever you really want, honestly. But yeah, it's pretty solid. We went Timid Nature, giving us plus speed, minus attack, just being as fast as possible. I like Zoroark a lot. I think it's pretty solid. I don't think it's that good, but I think it's really cool. It does some really interesting stuff. I wish its damage output was a little bit better. It's very frail. We have to use Focus Sash. I feel like I'm almost mandatory to use Focus Sash on this Pokemon just because of how frail it is. But, you know, Zoroark has a really interesting place in the meta. It's pretty cool. It's dark. It's a good time for dark Pokemon, you know. So yeah, you have some cool stuff at its disposal. It has Nasty Plot, which is always cool. Going +2 is pretty big. So yeah, Zoroark is pretty cool. Not great, but pretty cool. Anyway, that is going to be it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, go down to the comment section right now and say, hey, nice vid, or whatever you want. Just go down and leave a comment. Makes a big difference. Comment, like, subscribe, do all of those things. It makes a big difference. Join my Discord community. We have a nice little community. You know, rental series coming back, so if that's something you're interested in, definitely go join the rental or join the Discord. There's a rental series channel. You can submit rental codes, and I'll potentially play them on stream or / YouTube videos. And then last but not least, follow me on Twitter. That's awesome if you do. I have like 5 people that have done that so far. If you join those ranks, I appreciate it so much. Anyway, that is going to be it for this video. Like, comment, subscribe, join the Twitter, join the Discord, do all of those things. Have a great next 2 months, and goodbye.